Hey guys, I hope you're having a great day, and today I will be talking about specifically why that makes a lot of noise. So today I'm going to be talking about why I don't read new series right away, aka all of these series I have started and just never continued. So basically, when a book comes out and it's a part of a series, then you already know it's going to be a series because the author is like, this is my new series. And you're just like, oh, well, great. I'm gonna read it and I'm gonna see if I like it. If I like it, I might take the second book when it comes out, who knows? And you end up reading the book, you like it, even then, you love it. Great, it's awesome. But then you have to wait a whole year for the second book to come out. Excuse me, but in a year, a lot of things happen and a lot of books are read. In a year, you have the time to read 20, 30, 50, 100 books, 100 other stories for you to forget the first one that you read because it's been too long. So when the second book comes out, well, you look at it and you're like, I don't even remember what the first book was all about because it's been a year. So you tell yourself, oh well then I'm gonna reread the first book and it's gonna be fun because I already know that I like it, so it's fine. And then you read the first one, you love it, obviously. You read the second one and it's okay, not as good as the first one, obviously, but you enjoy it and you still want to continue on the series, obviously. And another year has to go by for you to read the other book. I think that you understand where I'm going with this. It's been 2 years since you've read the first one ever, and when the third book comes out, you still have to read 2 books, and not only one now. You have to read the first one and the second one because you forgot everything. Isn't that fantastic? So when I was younger, when I started my YouTube channel, which was a very long time ago, and I did not peak, but it doesn't matter. I used to do what everybody else was doing, which was reading the book the second it comes out, which is not something that you should do. You can have exceptions, like an author or a book series that is your favorite and that you will never part from it, and that whenever a new book comes out of that author or the series, you will read it right away and you will buy it and it will be fun. Because I have that series. It is a Shadow Me series, if you did not know, because I talk about it a lot. But there are some other series where you read the first book and a year later, well, you forgot what the first book was all about. And you're like, do I really want to buy the second book? I don't even know anymore. I'm currently in the middle of reading another series that has all come out and that I can binge read. So why should I stop myself and reread a book to read a second book if I can just read new books all at once? I don't know. So this is the issue that I have been dealing with for the very first time since, well, YouTube entered my life. In the beginning, I started reading all the books when they came out because, well, of course, it gives you the opportunity to make reviews and that people can watch them because it's all brand new. But then you have to wait so much longer to just read the next book. And let me talk to you about 6 series that I just never continued. First of all, we have The Fifth Wave. I read this book a few months after it came out. It was a huge ass book, so it took me a while to read. But I thought it was fine and I was ready to read the second book. But when a year later the second book came out, I did not read it because I was over the story and I was ready to move on to something else. Because I had been moving on to something else for a year now. I have no intention of reading the second book, honestly. I have no idea what this book is about anymore. I just remember the movie, which is not good because it's not the same at all than the book, so yeah. Second book that I got, less popular, less known in the booktube Community. It is Half Bad by Sally Green. I loved this book, honestly. I really liked it. It is a book written in second person. It was really interesting. It was a new genre, not a new genre, a new style of writing that I wasn't aware that could happen, and I was really interested into the book. It was really good. The story was really interesting, but I read it like a few months after it came out, and then it took a year, obviously, for the second book to come out, and I had moved on to something else. Third, we have The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. I recently watched a movie which was interesting. The book was really good. I loved the system. The plot line was really great. Some things were predictable, but it was fine. It took a year for Never Afraid to come out, and as all of the other books, I had moved on to other series, and so I did not pick up the second book because I would have had to read the first one, and I did not. And yeah, I have recently had a growth of my appreciation and interest for this book, so I might pick it up, but I would have to buy the two other books, and right now that's not possible, so I would have to wait for when I will have money. Fourth book that I have is The Young Elites by Marilu. This is my greatest disappointment, honestly, because it is the only Marilu book I have ever read. I bought this book hardcover. I don't know what I was thinking. I bought this book hardcover because I bought it as soon as it came out because everybody was saying that it was the greatest book of all time. And so I picked it up and I made a vlog about it, which I will not link down below because it was a long time ago. My English was so bad, and yeah. I do regret not continuing this series, so when I will have the time and the money to do it, I might reread the first book and continue on the series, because I still haven't read either Legend and the new series she came out with, so I have a lot of work to do. Fifth series I have is The Rain by Virginia Virgin. This is a duology. It's not a complicated series. It's 2 books, and I did not complete that. It's stupid. I first read the book. It was so good. It's about this very chemical rain that when it touches you, you kind of, not fry, but like, it's like a chemical. It falls on your skin and your skin kind of melts. And so it's super dangerous. People are acting crazy, obviously, because you have to protect yourself from the rain, and you never know when it is going to come out, because it's post-apocalyptic, so it's all the time gray. There are always clouds over the sky, so you don't know when it's going to rain. And it was so good. I really loved it, and I just had to pick up the second book, but it was a year after that, and I did not care for it. Yeah. The last series that I have is Dorothy Must Die by Daniel Page, which is one of the other series that I do regret not continuing because it was really good, and I maybe do intend to continue on this series. I'm not sure. I don't have any of the books with me, so that's maybe why I don't think about it that much. The first book, I borrowed it from my mother's library at her school, so I had to bring it back, obviously. And I read it as soon as it came out, maybe a few months after it came out. And so I had to wait a full year, and I had moved on to other series and other books, so I did not pick it up. So if you have to learn anything from this video, which is a lot of rambling, don't read series right away unless you really want to. For me, it's better to just wait and read the series when it all comes out, because then you can binge read the series. So it was so much better. I read the Lunar Chronicles way after the 4th book came out, and I binge read that series so quickly. I think I read those books in like 2 weeks, and they're like 4 books. I love that series, and I don't think I would have continued on with the series if I started it when it first came out, because I would have to wait 4 years for the whole series to come out, and I would not have cared that much, I think. So that was it for today's video. Tell me down below if you have any series that you have started and just never finished because it took too long to the second book to come out and you just had to move on to other books. I would really like to know if I'm the only one who's doing that. I'm pretty sure I'm not. So tell me down below if you have any series that you wish you would have continued on but just didn't. I will see you guys next time with a new video. Goodbye.